Hi guys, this is Liz over at KE Mayfield. I'm the program manager here, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to make shelves out of cardboard boxes. This is probably my third time recording this, and I keep forgetting a step to go over with you. So third time's a charm. Hopefully I get it right this time. So basically, when I was thinking about an activity to do while we're all cooped up inside, socially distancing ourselves because of the coronavirus, I was looking around and I noticed that I had a lot of cardboard boxes that needed to be thrown out. But I was thinking, I wonder if there's anything we can do with these because I know a couple of you all really like boxes. So when I went to Pinterest, I found one of the things that you can do is make decorative shelves or little storage units out of your cardboard boxes instead of throwing them away or breaking them down. And that's what I'm going to go over with you guys today. Now I am just going to show you a quick overview since I already have made a cardboard box, and I'm actually going to be going through all of the steps with you from start to finish next week on a live stream from 12 to 1, and I'm not sure the day yet, but I will let you all know. And we're going to go through it together so that I can be a little more in depth with you. But for now, I'm going to show you the two examples that I have and just kind of go over the supplies and the basics of how you make it. So the very first thing that you need is obviously a box. I will be providing the homes that don't have cardboard boxes with some cardboard boxes. So if you don't have them, don't worry about it. But the one that I have here today is a small to medium size. This one's smaller, and I would recommend doing that just because it's a little easier to manage and you don't need as many supplies for a small to medium box. So this is the one that I started that I'm going to show you guys today. And then this is the one that I completed that I made yesterday. So I don't know if you guys could see that. So the first thing that you're going to do is you'll notice that this does not have flaps, but it actually did have flaps. Before I started filming, I cut them. So it had 4 flaps, 2 longer ones like this, and then 2 shorter ones like this on either side. And so the flaps are actually really nice. You can do a box that doesn't have flaps, that's totally fine, but I like the flaps because that'll serve as our shelves. So the next thing that you want to do is kind of decide what kind of box do you want this to be. Do you want this to be a wall mounted box with the smaller shelves inserted in here? You can hang them with those easy to hang command strips or things that are used to hang lighter weight things. So if you wanted a wall mounted box, you can do it like this and insert these. Or if you want a little box carrier by your bed to maybe carry some of your hygiene things that are lightweight, like your deodorant or a toothbrush or some hair ties or something like that, you can insert the longer rectangular strip and glue it and just kind of do that. So keep in mind kind of what you want to do, what kind of storage unit you want for your boxes. Next, one of the things that you'll need to figure out, or you can use both, is your type of adhesive that you're going to use. I have 2 options. The first is the Elmer's Craft Bond adhesive. It's a spray-on adhesive. You do need to take some precautions with this. You do need to wear gloves. It is a skin and eye irritant, a minor skin and eye irritant. So you want to make sure if you're using this that you have windows open or a fan on and that you're not doing this in a super small confined space, because you want to make sure that there's adequate air for you all to breathe. The next option is a glue gun, and I will be providing all of these supplies to my houses that are interested in participating in this, including the glue guns with the appropriate sized glue stick. And again, these get very, very hot, and I've burned my fingers quite a few times on the hot glue, so you'll definitely want to do this with staff assistance or use the adhesive spray, because that's a little bit safer as far as burns go. Okay, So you also want to make sure you have scissors that are able to cut different types of fabric. I will provide these for you as well. I bought like a case of 10 to 12 of them. So again, you'll want to make sure that you're doing this with staff assistance because these can be sharp. You want to make sure you have these. I'll provide some fresh ones for you all. This will be used at the end to spread our Mod Podge, which is a type of special glue or sealant at the end to just give it like an extra coat to make it a little harder and more durable. You'll want a permanent marker or a fabric marker. I would not recommend using the one I have. Try to use like a silver fabric marker, even a pencil if you can see, or a pen, something that makes a small mark. If you have to use a permanent marker, you can use it, it's fine. I'll provide you with some of those too, but it's just to mark where you're gonna cut. I would encourage you to be more organized than I am and measure the dimensions out with a ruler so that you can know precisely how much fabric to cut. But for our purposes today, I did not. I just kind of estimated and marked based on where I thought I would need to cut, and it still worked out okay. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you guys have a lot of time. We're sitting inside, socially distancing, so if you want to be more precise with it, by all means, go ahead and do that. And then the last thing that you'll need is your different types of fabric. So I bought 2 types of fabric. I have different color options that I'll distribute to the houses. But the first thing that I have, this is a type of mesh fabric. If you think of those tote bags that they use, that we're encouraged to use when going shopping instead of plastic, it's kind of like that material. It feels a little plasticky as well, but it has like a mesh texture to it. So you can use this to make the covering for the whole box. You can use this just for the shelves, whatever you want to do. And then I also bought these cheap 1-yard fabric squares. And so I have different colors and patterns that I'll distribute to you guys based on what you want to do. And you know, we can use this for the whole box if it's smaller, or like I said, you can just kind of mix and match. So after cutting off the flaps, the first step is kind of just setting these aside. We're going to come back to these. And again, I'm not going to show you the whole process. We'll do that in a live stream next week. So the first thing that I did after cutting off the flaps was I laid the piece of fabric over and kind of packed it in. Like so. And I just kind of pressed it down. And then that was where I inserted, if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see it, my permanent marker. And then that kind of let me know where I needed to cut so that I could place it in here. And then I did the same for these pieces. If there's a little bit that flaps over, you can cut it, you know, to make it more even, or you can leave it flapped over. It actually looks kind of cute flapped over. And then if I wanted to, like, you know, do yellow for the rest of the box, it would look kind of cute leaving this flapped over, but it's really up to you. And then for this, the next step that I used, I did the spray adhesive on these different pieces. And I kind of stuck them in and pressed them down to get rid of the creases. And it actually is holding up really, really well. It dries very quickly. It's not as quick as a glue gun though. Glue guns tend to harden. After you put the glue down, it tends to harden really fast. This, you have a little bit more time to kind of maneuver it and press it down and spread it. And it's actually holding up really, really well. So I would recommend for your smaller boxes, you can use that adhesive spray. But the glue guns work just as well. And if you want to put in your pieces that don't automatically fit, like this, you know, doesn't automatically fit, there's a little bit of a gap and it's loose, it won't hold anything. So I would need to, you know, put glue along one of these edges so that it fits in correctly. But that's basically the next step. Now, another thing you guys can even do, It doesn't have to be done with fabric. You guys can make your boxes, assemble them, glue them. You can paint them. If you have paint laying around the house, you can stick sequins on them, feathers on them. You know, you can stick flowers on them. Like if you have those dry flowers, like those fake flowers, that's what I did with my other one. You can stick those on top or glue them on top. You can pretty much do anything with these. And also while you're creating these, think of different things that you can store inside of them. So maybe if you're writing letters to loved ones during this time of crisis, that could be a good thing to kind of keep in here, like your paper and your pens and pencils. Or if you just have other little odds and ends that you keep losing and want to keep in one place, this is also a really good idea. And there's also other style designs and ideas for these online. Some go into much more depth and have more steps and more things to them, but they're also really creative. So with your staff, you can go ahead and take a look on Pinterest and see if there's any other ideas for box shelves. Some people have huge shelving units that they make out of cardboard boxes as well. So I will see you guys all to do an entire box from start to finish together next week on live from 12 to 1, and you'll know which day that is shortly. It's either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. I'm just not sure which day it's going to be yet. And this week I will be dropping off supplies to the houses for this craft in addition to some other ones that I'll be doing. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email you should all have, but my cell phone will also be provided in my email contact. And I hope you guys all stay safe until then and try to have a good weekend. Try to get some sunshine if you can. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.